Yeah, they're not really.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Can you see us?
You seem really small in that little tiny picture.
I know.
You can see us in the little new picture.
No, you actually look like little tiny people, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I was like, thanks.
Take it as a win.
First time ever.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Is that Busby's mic or Carrie's mic that was doing feedback?
Yes.
It is.
This one sounded amazing.
Oh, did it? Cool.
We had one for like 5 or 10 minutes while we were tinkering and cancel and call back. And it sounded really, really nice.
Cool. Warm heels today, so people can reach. Can you see, Kevin?
Yeah, still good.
Okay. You can see the presentation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you look really tiny.
What's the same shoes that Sarah's wearing yesterday?
Oh, yeah.
Like the same shoes.
I got mine cheeky style, so probably not.
You guys are matching. Yeah.
Oh,
Very cute.
This is nicer than mine.
I
Probably pressed a little better too. Alright.
We're good. Yeah, he can see, so we should be good. Thanks, Ian.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andy. You know what's crazy? That notebook, I wrote notes in here, somebody took it.
Oh.
I have extra notebook if you want it.
Well, no, it has the notes I took about the other team, which
Oh,
obviously
no.
horrible things like bad shoes and stuff like that.
Bad shoes.
You smell bad.
Good thing I didn't give it to my nice shoes.
Excuse me.
You know, I want to hear about your time in Florida and the alligators.
We're just been on a golf course. So we saw alligators 2 days. When we were on the golf course, my kids walked about 10 feet from it. But then we went to this wildlife park where, it's kind of like they're protected.
Yeah.
And literally there's 2 alligators. Like, my boys were like less than 2 feet away from this alligator.
That's so
Like
scary.
about a 10-foot alligator.
That's crazy. Florida's terrifying.
Terrifying.
We used to go down there all the time for spring break, and everybody had their pools enclosed in their
In the
huge
streams,
nets,
right?
which I'm like, oh, I guess because the alligators just come in and.
Well, it's not really it's the mosquitoes.
Oh, okay.
The
They
mos-
had alligators though, like just wandering around behind their house.
Yeah, but I'm sure the alligator, if you wanted to, you get into the screen.
That's true.
The mosquitoes though, they are, they're incredible down there.
Yeah.
They're big and they're
Intense
bluffing.
humidity, just like.
But this year was really weird. In Del Mar, they had some what they call black mosquitoes. And my girl would get these like welts on her head the size of a golf ball, and everybody's like, "What happened to you, little girl? Did somebody hit you?" And oh no, no, she got bit by a mosquito. Look at the girl holding knots on her head. No, we don't beat our daughter.
Oh my gosh, terrible. You find out?
I just have to, I'll just type over here.
Yes, sir.
If you're ever bored, look up the Florida Man on Twitter.
Florida man.
Is he gonna be flagged for something?
Robin immediately.
Yeah.
Everything ridiculous that happens in Florida. It's like basically like a news outlet for that.
Interesting.
That's hilarious.
Which you can imagine is pretty ridiculous.
There is a guy in Miami, his name's Raven, and he's a homeless guy that ever since, I think, 1980 or something, sometimes in like the 1980s, started running 6 miles a day.
Oh, yeah.
Is it 6 miles a day? Maybe it's 10 miles a day. And he goes on this run, and it, like all the fitness freaks, everybody like goes and joins him. He runs it every day of his life. And because he runs, I think it's more like 10 miles, and because it's so long, he's got all these problems, but he's never quit. Even when hurricanes came through, and they're pelting him with hail, and he was bleeding, he kept running. So he has run every day.
Gosh, that's nuts.
Right?
A whole different level.
And he's so committed to it.
Yeah.
He's got back problems, foot problems, he's homeless, he sleeps on people's couches, but for like 30 some years, every day, he gets out there and runs his 10 miles.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, that's a level of commitment to something I'm not sure needs to be committed to.
Yeah, I feel like Hale would probably be where I draw the line.
Yeah. Deadly store.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Are these water balls for us?
Hey, listen up.
We got it here.
Sarah's like, you mind if I take 3 on one
Yeah.
here?
Oh my gosh.
Go sell them on eBay.
Don't put them in a bike rack. All the writing scrapes off. Found that out the hard way.
Aw. Sad.
Maybe if you're a good boy and you land a couple of accounts this year, you can get new one. Best Buy. One of the few retailers that remains.
Yeah.
Big box.
For
Yeah.
now.
Doesn't it amaze you that Sports Chalet and Sports Authority both shut down like within the same month? And then what happens? Dick's pops up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
how did that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know
Right?
how Dick's
Two-
is own business.
2
I
big
don't
boxes go out, can't do it, and then Dick's, so Dick's must have had some funding from somewhere.
Well, Dick's has also always been, I feel like, on the more expensive side of the market,
Yeah,
I thought. So it
exactly.
was never really like my go-to place.
So how did that happen? How did that happen when both those just go?
I wonder if their
Spelling.
online is
Yeah.
also, they've really, focused on vamping up their online stuff. Maybe. Hi.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true. Everybody
Yeah.
stole my info.
Big box only exists besides construction for people that are bad planners.
Yeah. That's funny.
Hello, Alice.
Hello.
Hello.
I should have an accent or a meeting.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
That would. I'm Alice. I'm Jen.
I'm Jen.
Jen from Brit. We know we can get some tea.
Who are you guys? Are you guys missing anybody, or you're hosting too?
No, this
Oh,
is
our
us.
Kevin.
Ready?
Kevin is in here.
Oh, Kevin. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we did bring Spike for you. She was when it was needed.
I shot it down. Such nice salespeople.
Get it out, Sammer.
It's not out yet, but it might be. Yeah, you guys can go ahead and get started, please.
Kevin, you ready?
We're not waiting on anybody else?
No,
No.
this is
No.
us.
Cool.
Is that me?
Awesome. Well, welcome everybody to our presentation here on our contingent workforce program here at Best Buy. I want to thank everyone for their time, and was going to give you a quick agenda of what we plan to discuss today. I'm going to do a quick introduction on everyone that's here from Target CW, as well as have yourselves go through and introduce your roles there at Best Buy, what you are looking to get out of this meeting, and then I'll do a quick recap, Preston, if you're okay with that, on what we have discussed previously. And just let me know if there's any changes or if you have any updates on kind of just the goals and direction of your program for next year.
Awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'm Kevin Busby. I'm the VP of Business Development here. And for those that don't know me, I've been in conversation for several months now with Preston, just in regards to initially with our payroll and employer of record services, but has since evolved into obviously a much larger scale, and are here today to obviously touch on our vendor management software as well. Next, we have Carrie DiOrio. She is our client relations analyst. I like to kind of say that that's the Jill of all trades type role. So if you imagine someone that will be doing just about everything that you could possibly touch on the client side. So anything from onboarding, transitioning the client to anything along the way. If you have any new services that come up, if you need to incorporate any new documents, NDAs, anything like that, she's your main point of contact, and you would be heavily involved in working with her. And then we also have on the staffing side, I noticed that you had quite a few, several hundred recs actually, typically in the contingent temp space. So we did bring our director of staffing, Stephanie Gallage, and then we also brought Sabrina Morris, who is one of our senior technical recruiters as well.
Cool.
Awesome. Yeah, and then Preston, if you don't mind, I know obviously you're the director of TA, but if you want to go through and introduce Jan and Carr and everyone kind of touch on their roles, that would be awesome.
Absolutely, yeah, I'll let them do their introductions. So I'm Preston, and I'm the Director of Talent Acquisition at Best Buy. I've been here for about 6 months, but I've been in the industry for a long time, so I'm pretty familiar with staffing services and payrolling and MSP, VMS, and all those sorts of things, and we're really excited about your presentation today. And we do have a special guest. We actually invited our Chief Compliance Officer in to join the meeting as well, because she's concerned with compliance and litigation and all those kinds of different things that may impact our contingent workforce model. And her name's Erica.
Nice to meet you.
Hi there.
I'm Jan. I am the Director of Finance. I've been with the organization for 3 years, and so I've been working with all the different hiring managers, department heads on their contingent workforce spend, and just doing the P&L reviews and making sure that those invoices are paid. So I'm extremely happy that we have Preston to centralize all of this. It's been here for 6 months, and we're looking for opportunities.
Lucky to have me here.
Yes, I'm really happy here. I've been here longer.
My name is Carr, so I am our HR project manager, and I also run our HRIS system, so Workday and all our various other tools that we use. I've been on board 6 years. I know everything there is to know about HR right now. That's fine.
Do you like the people or the technology better?
Oh, the technology, it
Oh.
never fails you.
Do you want to introduce
Awesome.
yourself, Erica, again?
Erica?
First, just a recap. I know we had touched on kind of just your overall outlook of your contingent workers here for next year, and I know historically you said you had about 500 last year. Breakdown of that was primarily heavily staffing, a good chunk payrolling, and then a handful of 1099s, SOWs, and things of that nature. Has anything changed in that regard?
No, the census that we gave you is pretty right on, so I think you have a good idea of what the business volume is. I think we discover little pockets here and there, but nothing that's going to change the data significantly.
So
Okay,
the only thing
fantastic.
that maybe you'll want to know is that there's about 200 of that 500 that is seasonal.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, I think what we'll do at this time is go ahead and give you a little background on Target CW and kind of talk about some of the more fun and exciting things about the background of our company and how we got to where we are today.
And I will be telling you a little bit more about Target CW. I've been with the company about 4 years. It's been a pleasure to work here. We opened our doors in 2010, and since then we've been growing roughly around 40% year over year. In 2018, we had 15,000 W-2 globally, and we also had about $4 million in annual revenue as well. Jan, you will be happy to hear we are currently SSAE 16 compliant, so auditing is very important to us. Our financial statements are audited, so you can trust the integrity of our data. We also are cleared by the DoD. Preston, do you have any positions now that require clearance?
No, we don't do any government work. I mean, we're a government supplier, but nothing that requires clearance work.
Well, if that did ever change, you have us. We can payroll process and staff, as I'll talk about a little bit later. We've been rated at best places to work year over year. We've been in a couple of publications, Inc. 500, 5,000. Our CEO's won CEO Award of the Year as well. We have rated 4.9 stars on Glassdoor, and we're at about 100 reviews last I checked. Just to give you a brief, example of our culture at Target CW, I think what really makes us stand out is that we treat all of our employees equally. Everybody's treated the same. And we had a representative one day. She was leaving. She's an hourly employee, works for Target CW, getting ready to clock out at the end of the day. And a candidate called in and wanted all of their payroll stubs audited and wanted to get all the information that they needed. It would have been really